I really don't know how much more I could take of the Gen Z and boomer work environment. Like, it's just so annoying to have these two dynamics in place, and on top of that, you know, it's so many people like myself that's in their 20s that done did the work. We done went to school. People have became lawyers, doctors, all this, all that, nurse practitioners, whatever. And we come into these workplaces and we're trying to run things more smoothly, and you got people who've been here for a million years that feel like nothing needs to change, and it's not acceptable. Hell, we even got people in the White House that's 102 years old, hooked up to ventilators and can't even fucking breathe, that's making decisions for our country. That shit is out of control. Now, I don't know how much more I can take of this in the workplace, okay? Like, it's gonna have to be some compromise. Shit can't run smoothly when we got 20-year-olds and 60-year-olds. Like, your way is not the only way. Why not try to get, like, it's literally 2024. It's not 1956 no more. Like, we need to cut the bullshit. We need shit to run smoothly. Listen to us.
How do you do it? I genuinely don't understand how people work 9-to-5 jobs and don't lose like their spark for life. I do want to preface with I love my job. This is not a job issue. I've honestly felt this way in other positions, and I really thought that this one would be different because I love what I'm doing. But it turns out it's not. So I guess my question is, how do you not lose all of your energy? How do you go home from work and like still want to do things? Even if the thing is so small as like just taking care of yourself. I'm getting into a rut where I just wake up, go to work, get home, immediately lay on the couch and go to bed. That's not the life I want to live, and I just need some tips, honestly. It doesn't help that for the past 3 years I did like a lot of traveling, and I was making art, and I was doing all of this like everything was changing every single day. And now I'm sitting in an office every day. The same office, same space. I'm doing different things, yes. But it's not feeding my creativity in the way that I once was, I guess. So yeah, if you have any tips, let me know.
I've like had it with the fucking corporate world. Like, I fucking hate after a weekend, or even like especially a long weekend, like, hey, how's your weekend? Like the fucking stupid banter. Like, my weekend was great. I didn't fucking work, so I had a great time. On Saturday, got really drunk. Sunday, had raging anxiety, hangover. Monday, did nothing. And now I don't want to be here Tuesday. Like, granted, I like the people I work with, but I'm just tired of it. Oh my God, please. I need to find a job that is not by a fucking desk.
If I'm being honest, I hated my life. I felt so stuck. I felt so hopeless because I went to college, got my degree, and then I'm stuck in this miserable fucking job, not actually helping people in healthcare. So I'm sitting there one day like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm not actually living life like I want to be living my life. So I literally quit my job, broke up with my boof-ass ex-boyfriend in the same exact week, and then started my own business 2 months later. I took a massive chance on myself because I was like, I know that I'm meant for more in this life. I am meant to help people. I'm meant to make a difference. So I was like, I have to do something differently, or I'm just going to stay stuck in the same miserable bullshit ass life. So I started my own business. I ended up generating 6 figures in 1 year, and I traveled to like 6 different countries that year, I think. And since then, it's been 3 years now. I've been able to generate over 6 figures online. I've traveled to 17 different countries, and I'm able to work from anywhere in the world. I'm here to tell you that your dreams, whatever is planted in your heart, is there for a reason, and I can help you bring it to life.
Let me get this straight. I'm supposed to accept having like a quarter to half of my paycheck taxed every paycheck when I have to dedicate 40 to 50 hours a week doing something I don't want to do for every job that I've worked. And I have nothing to show for any job that I've worked because they don't pay enough. But the money that you do make is taxed, so you're losing like half of that. And all these benefits, you mean the high deductible healthcare plans that you end up paying so much out of pocket for, and they're taking money out of every single paycheck when you're not even sure if you're going to use your health insurance that month, but you have to opt in or else you don't get it for that entire year. And I'm supposed to be grateful for a company that gives me like maybe a couple days off most for my paid time off for like the entire year, and like barely any sick days or any time off to function. And we're basically sacrificing all of our time with our family, our loved ones, our personal and self-development, our health, our wellness, and our creativity, because we're spending like 85+% of our time working and still struggling to just achieve anything, still struggling to afford life, even though you've given your all to this job and all the jobs before that. And I'm supposed to sit here and be grateful. How have we not realized that taxation is theft? And how have we not like boycotted this? Like, is anybody actually happy working 50 hours a week? Is anybody actually happy? Is it fulfilling anybody? Maybe some people are actually making enough money where it's fulfilling, but can you imagine how the people feel who have made less than $20 an hour for their entire lives? Because we didn't go to school, because maybe some of us were too busy working to ever finish school, so we couldn't. And a lot of us are in student debt. I'm happy that I'm not in debt, at least, but like then people have to deal with that on top of everything. Yeah. And you're telling me that we haven't been brainwashed into a certain system, because life shouldn't be this way.
Is anyone else experiencing this kind of like disconnect and just general disinterest in the job search? I just feel like I don't care anymore, and it's so bad, like, because I graduated in 2023, so I did work a little bit in my field. I did have a job in accounting for a little bit. Well, right now I'm still waiting tables. My parents are just really getting on me because they're like, Olivia, you need to act like you're unemployed. Like, you're getting comfortable with your job. And it's like, no, I'm not getting comfortable. Like, in fact, I want to get out of serving. Like, it's great for what it is, but, you know, it's ultimately not what I want to do. And I do want to get out. But this other life, this like 9-to-5 life doesn't seem very attractive to me anymore. And I just feel really disillusioned with the whole corporate life because, you know, for all the shit that you guys go through, at the very least, you could have job security, but you don't. Like, I'm really realizing that there's no such thing as job security. People used to tell me, oh, get a government job. Y'all see what's happening with the federal jobs? Like, there are whole departments being laid off out of nowhere, no notice, no nothing. You would think that with everything that y'all go through and how much time and energy you pour into these jobs that they would treat you better, and they don't. I have to move back in with my parents, so it's just something I'm thinking about because I know they're going to be on my ass about the job search and things like that. And it's not even that I'm lazy, it's just that I don't want to fight for something I don't actually want. It just doesn't seem worth it. Not only do we not have the same level of job security that our parents and our grandparents had, but we also can't afford anything. Even if we do have these jobs, even if we do have this job security, a lot of people can't even afford to pay their rent. At least back then, you guys could pay your rent. You know, you could pay your rent, you can buy your car, you could buy houses, you could afford to eat, you could afford to have fun. We don't have that same reality. The way prices have gone up in comparison to the way wages and salaries have stayed stagnant is insane, and nobody's talking about it. We don't have the same reality that our parents and grandparents did, and they don't want to acknowledge that. What we're fighting for is not the same thing that you guys were experiencing. So it's like, I'm fighting so hard to get some 9-to-5 that's going to pay me barely enough to rent a room in a house and live in fear every day of being laid off on a random Tuesday. And then in the midst of that, I don't even know if I can put food on the table, or if I can put food on the table, I don't know if I can put gas in my car. And if I can put gas in my car, I don't know if I can have fun because I need to put food on the table and gas in my car. Our money is not going as far as it used to go. And I feel like we're getting gaslit about that. Like, home prices, tuition prices, like the way everything has gone up and they're paying us the same amount of money is insane. So excuse me if I have no interest in fighting for my life in corporate America. I'm sorry.
Neurodivergent baddies should not work 9-to-5s. The reason why is because 9-to-5 is not the way that our creative brains function. We don't function on a time clock where we can just clock in being a creative and clock out being a creative. No, that's not how we work. We work when we work. Like, we might have a spurt of energy at night or none some days. Like, that's why 9-to-5s don't work for neurodivergent girls, because it's literally asking you to be ready when they need you to be ready. When I got my autism diagnosis, I found out that a lot of adult women who have autism or are neurodivergent end up being their own bosses and being entrepreneurs because they can't survive in that kind of like 9 to 5 environment for too long. I mean, burnout is just such a common thing that will happen to neurodivergent baddies in the workplace. That is why I recommend all of my baddies to find another route other than the 9 to 5 so that you don't burn out and you don't, it takes a long time to recover from burnout. So I don't recommend trying and getting that.
One thing that many people don't tell you after you start working a 9 to 5 is that if you like lift or do any type of workouts, you're probably going to be doing them after work. And because you're tired after working all day, your lifts are significantly going to go down and you're going to feel just like crap. And it's going to take you a while to get used to it. And also you're going to be going to the gym or wherever you work out at the peak busiest time when everybody else goes. And it's not like in college when, you could wake up at 9 or 10, hit the gym by 11 and get a prime lift fully energized. That just does not happen anymore. And it's either you go after work with everybody else or you wake up at 5 or 6 a.m. and you have to get used to that as well. I've been doing it for about a year and a half now, and sometimes I still am not used to it.
Is it just me? I had to pull over to make this because I just quit my corporate job and I have no idea what's next. I have no idea how I'm going to make money or what I'm going to do or what it's going to look like. But I have never felt more like confident in myself, self-assured and like aligned in what I'm doing. And I just know that the next chapter of my life does not include LinkedIn or like corporate all hands or anything like that. And I'm willing to give myself the space to figure that out. And it's scary. And I'm moving back to Texas and I don't know what my life is going to look like, but I know in my soul that I'm going to look back on this in a year and be like, that was the best decision you've ever made in your life. And I think there's two ways to kind of live your life. You can either wait for life to kind of blow up and move you in the direction that you need, or you move in the way that life wants you to go. And I feel like I'm doing that and I'm so proud of myself. And I'm so excited for my future and I don't know what it's going to look like, but I just know it doesn't involve a corporate life. And if you've wanted to quit your 9 to 5, but you don't know what life would look like, or you don't know what it would look like to bet on yourself, I'll be the fucking guinea pig. I'll figure it out and I'll document it along the way. But it feels really expansive. It feels really exciting. And I'm so excited to see what my life looks like in a couple of months or even like a couple of years. And if you're in the Austin, Texas area and you like my vibe, let's hang, let's collaborate, let's have a little play date. But here's to bigger and better things, Jupiter's in Cancer, and we're all just gonna have the best summer of our freaking lives. So, okay.
You guys, so today's the day. I'm gonna put my resignation in at work. I'm gonna quit my job. I'm gonna quit my toxic corporate 9 to 5 job without a backup plan. I'm betting all on myself. I'm gonna put all my time and energy into social media, into accomplishing my dreams and my goals, and getting paid for being me, which is what I've been meant to be doing for the longest time. And I'm actually doing it today after talking about it for fucking months. Like, today I was on live and one of my followers was like, you said that last week. And I'm like, bro, I don't know what other sign I needed, but stop fucking talking about it and do it. And today's the day, y'all. Like, wish me luck. I really hope you follow me on this journey. I'm so ready to let this job that's sucking the soul out of me, and hopefully this can like motivate somebody. And like, yo, I might fail. Like, that's the thing, right? That's the name of the game. That's the gamble you take. Like, I really might fail, but I might fly. I might win. I might accomplish everything that I've been dreaming about. So yeah, today's the day.
Today is the day I finally leave corporate America for good and quit my job. If you've ever worked in corporate America, specifically sales in corporate America, if you know, you know. To give a little context, I work for a Fortune 500 healthcare company. I'm not going to say which one on here just because people are weird. And I work in corporate sales. I've worked here for about 2 years-ish. And this job has ruined my mental health and has drained any last bit of soul I have left. And I've been wanting to do this for as long as I can remember. And today I finally built the courage to finally pull the trigger. Now, a lot of you will probably judge me and be like, why are you quitting your job in this economy? I get it. Throughout my whole life, I've never been the one to provide for myself. God has always provided for me. And I know God will make sure I'm okay. I got the email typed up already. I'm about to send it right now. 3, 2, 1. I'm free. I really just quit my job on a random Thursday. Again, this is not a video promoting quitting your job. I can't say I would condone it or recommend it. I'm in a good position in the sense that I got money saved up, so I'll be okay for a little while. I'm very excited to see what my next chapter is in life. I have no idea. There's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of unknown. Am I scared? A little bit, but my gut feeling, my intuition is just telling me I'm going to be good. I don't know how to explain it. But yeah, stay tuned. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do next, but I know I'm not working in corporate America anymore. I'm free.
I'm quitting my job today. I'm nervous because this is my first time leaving a job without going to another job. I feel guilty because it feels like I'm abandoning my coworkers and my manager. I have this strong feeling in my intuition and my gut, and I want to follow it. I'm excited, but so nervous at the same time. It doesn't feel real. I typed up my resignation letter, so I have that ready to go after the meeting. I'm about to hop on with my manager, so wish me luck. Hey Melissa, happy Friday. I would like to let you know that I'm resigning from my role as customer success manager. So sorry to drop this on you on a Friday. I've contemplated on this a lot over the last several months. Me too. Thank you. The call went so well. I don't know why I was so nervous. I'm gonna send my email now. Woo! I did it! Guys! So nice about it. I'm so relieved. I'm so relieved.
Shed a tear?
No, I know you might have some questions, so I'm planning to film another full video just doing Q&A, explaining my thought process behind the decision, what I'm up to next. So leave some questions in the comments and I will address them at the next video. That's it. Thank you. Bye.
All right, y'all. I quit my job today and I kind of want to share some things with you. Forgive my voice, I'm sick. I want to share some things with you that I learned being in a corporate environment. And hopefully they can help you. If they don't, great. The first thing that I learned is never, ever, ever, ever sell yourself short. You sometimes can fall into, I believe it's called imposter syndrome, where you think you're not qualified enough, you think you're not good enough. And then you really start looking around at some of the people that are in charge and you're like, I'm not trying to be judgmental, but like this guy literally has no clue what's going. So first thing, never, ever, ever sell yourself short. Second is if you don't go with the wave and you go against what the company wants, the direction, whether it makes sense or not, you will not go anywhere. You will not go anywhere. So either get used to it and ride the wave or just don't. And I think the last thing that I can say is it's all about the relationships that you make. It's not about what you know. And it shouldn't be like that, but that's what it is. And don't worry, I'm not quitting my job to try to pursue TikTok. I'm quitting and I'm going to another company for a better opportunity. So hopefully this can help some people.
I quit my job with no backup plan and no savings because God told me to. But the craziest thing is going to be when I could change that title to I quit my job with no backup plan, no savings because God told me to. And now I'm a full-time content creator. Isn't that a journey that you want to follow? Because I do.
I quit my prestigious job to pursue my dreams and I failed miserably. And nobody talks about that, right? Nobody talks about, hey guys, I'm building in public, or hey guys, I'm trying this new thing. Yeah, I failed. I did not. My dream was to do content creation full time, or at least make some money out of it, right? Make enough money to live my life. I gave myself a timeline of about 3 months. It hit month 5. No bugs, but nothing was shaking. Like, yes, I was growing my audience, but I wasn't making money off of it, which cool. Like, that's fine. You don't make money immediately. So I had to go ahead and get another job because I was playing to not lose. I wasn't playing to win. I wasn't taking necessary risks. I was very burnt out from my job. So like I could barely be a human, but I've seen so many people do it before, right? they take the risk, or they even say it out loud. I'm so afraid of saying it out loud because all of my content thus far has been in hindsight. It's been all advice of stuff that I've already done or feel really, really confident that I can do. And while I feel confident that I can build a successful platform on social media and make it profitable, not confident enough to go out here and say it, but I'm going to say it because I want to. And there's a place for me to say that out loud and not feel embarrassed, because when I watch other people do it, I don't feel embarrassed and I don't judge them. I say, well, wow, that's so cool. That's so inspiring. I wish I could do it, but you can, and I can. So here I am. So what now and what's next? I don't even have a serious name for this because genuinely I just came here and was like, I need to post about this. Genuinely what's next is I keep trying. What's next is I look at the content that worked, I look at the value that I can add to people, and I look at what's going wrong and what's going right and keep pushing, because that's all you can do sometimes. And anyways, as always, if you have any questions, let me know. Bye.
I think it becomes very clear that you fucking hate your job when you start to fantasize about getting into a car accident, just a little one, before going to work so that you don't have to go. Nothing serious, just a little fundy bendy, you know what I mean?
I don't know how else to say this, so I'm just gonna say it, but if you feel like you've become ugly, like not only physically, but also internally, just ugly because of your job, more often than not, it probably is because of your job and it's time for you to quit. I'm not saying to take this as your sign to quit your job, okay? I am just a stranger on the internet, so don't blame anything on me. But what I will say is, if one day you're standing in front of the mirror and you're like, I don't recognize this ugly ass person, your skin is a mess, your health is a mess, you've gained weight, you're depressed, you're sad, you're always irritable, you never want to be around your friends, you can't meet your basic needs, and you're just like feeling so off and like your spark is gone, your personality is gone, you're a shell of a human, chances are it's because you're so unhappy at your job or your job is sucking the life out of you and it's time to either quit or quit and find something else.
Guys, I want to quit my job. I want to quit my job so bad. Like, you mean to tell me that this is supposed to be the rest of my life? No. You mean to tell me that every day for the rest of forever, I'm supposed to wake up, drive into work, and get yelled at by strangers for shit I didn't do? And I'm supposed to accept that? No, couldn't be me, not gonna happen. Oh my God, I hate it. You know what? I'm gonna get a new job, and that new job, I'm gonna be a caterpillar. I'm gonna live on a leaf, and I'm never gonna have to explain how to do things that someone could just fucking Google ever again. Why am I here? Literally, my job, just Google it. That's my whole job, just Google it.
Can I help you? Hi, this is Katie. I was just calling to let you know that I am not coming in tonight or ever. I decided that I don't want to work for someone who is accusing me of lying about my grandpa's death. I just want to let you know that you don't really know me or anything going on about my chaotic life, and you threatened my job over the phone when he literally passed yesterday. So I'd rather not pay my rent than work for someone like you. And don't worry, I will send you a copy of his obituary in the mail as soon as we get it written. So I quit. Bye, Deborah.
Now, didn't nobody ask me, but I'm in my early 30s, and if I can give advice to anyone my age or even younger, kind of navigating their career journey, it would be to get a new job, okay? Get a new job. Now, I was someone who was raised to understand that we have to do twice as much to get half as much, and I understand that, so I've always been that girl. Girl, I went to college again, got my terminal degree, did a residency, just did the most, okay? Shot as high as I could shoot professionally and got the job, okay? Got the job. And girl, when I say I got that job and then people drained me, oh my goodness. I mean, drained me. Like, I'm not eating lunch sometimes because I'm so busy, and like, my brain is just being overworked, and like, there's no potty breaks, and I can't drink water, and I'm just like taking work home. Girl, it was rough. I found I didn't have room for myself. Like, I stopped being creative. Like, I love to sew and crochet. Girl, I hadn't touched my sewing machine in years. I had no room for like my husband, my family, my friends. I didn't want to hang out, girl. Them people drained me, okay? And I realized, like, you do all this hard work just to get this job, and these people do not care, okay? They do not care if you get a potty break. Get a new job, okay? Life is short. We are on a floating rock. There's a lot of grass to be touched. There are a lot of experiences to be experienced. There's so much life to be lived. Girl, go get a new job. Do not spend 8 plus hours a day at a place that does not serve you. I recently took the leap of faith and got a new job, and I'm so proud of myself for doing that. It has been the best decision I've ever made professionally. I'm so much more at peace. My job is still very fulfilling, but I have room for me to create. Like, I don't know, like I'm back in the gym. I'm, taking my vitamins, eating 3 meals a day, getting my water in. Like, girl, I'm just a better girl, okay? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know who needs to hear this, but this might be your sign, boo. Get a new job.
Yo, I'm about to go quit my job. Well, I'm about to go put in my 2-week notice. Because basically I've just decided life is too short to be on this hamster wheel. And I've been praying on this. I've been meditating about it. So I'm about to pack my stuff up, move back across the country in with my mom. And I don't care what nobody got to say about it. Because this way I'll be able to save way more money and actually plan out what I want my next step in life to be. Because I'm in my 30s. I'm trying to settle down, have kids. So I need to be around people who look like me anyway, And plus, I'm just tired of living out here with all these racist people. I live around MAGA people. I work with MAGA people. And I need to be around people who look like me. So I'm about to go in and let these bitches know I'm out.
I just submit my resignation from my teaching job officially. A moment for that. I can't believe this day has come, to be honest. I thought I'd be a teacher for 30 years, and I still plan on being a teacher for a long time, but I need to take a break. I feel like a lot of other teachers might be feeling the same way, so that's why I wanted to post about this. I think I need a year to figure this out and decide, is this the career I still think I can do for the rest of my life? Because that's truly, when I was a little girl, like I always imagined I'd be a teacher forever. And I think recently it's just been more and more thinking about, is this sustainable? Can I really do this? Can I be a mom, a partner, do all the other things I want to enjoy in life and still be a teacher and do this job? Because the amount of myself I put into this work every day, there's nothing left at the end. So if you're feeling like me and you want to see where I go on this journey, follow along, because I'm going to be spending the next year figuring it out.
So it's the end of the year. A lot of teachers are super happy. Their summer break begins, but a lot of teachers are also quitting. So one of my colleagues is quitting, and I wanted to know why. Here's what he told me. He teaches 7th grade science. Every day he has 5 classes. Guess how many kids he has in a single class? 35 fucking 7th graders in a room. That's brutal. And you gotta do that 5 times. And this is one of the simplest ways to fix education in America. You hire more teachers and you reduce class sizes. There are districts with more bureaucrats in their central offices than educators that they employ. Think about this for a second. You get so many public school districts that are so top heavy, there's more bureaucrats than teachers. You can get rid of 95% of those people and hire the requisite amount of teachers, and you would vastly improve the profession. You would lower turnover, because one of the biggest factors is stress. But I would say if you could reduce the class sizes to at least limit it to 20 kids a class, that would be massive, because now every kid's getting more attention from their teacher. They're getting more feedback. The teachers have less stress. They can more focus on the kids that need additional help. And you would have fewer teachers turning over, and teacher turnover is one of the best predictors of how effective a school is. Because if you keep losing teachers, you have to rebuild the culture every time. The kids see, oh, there's always this change. It's a less stable environment. If you have people staying, they build on their skills, they build on each other's skills, they collaborate, it makes a healthier community.
There is no better feeling as a teacher than quitting your job and knowing you're not coming back next year. It's the end of the year, and I will not be returning to this particular teaching job next year, and I'm so happy. I am so happy. I think I picked an amazing school district, everything. I'm so excited, and every day I just go in and I'm like, I don't have to deal with this next year. I don't have to deal with this next year. And also I'm just like, I don't care. I don't care anymore. Do whatever you want, because I'm not coming back next year. and it's amazing. I feel great. I'm so happy with my decision. If you quit your teaching job this year, congratulations as well to you, and wishing all the teachers the best of luck with the end of the school year, because it is rough out here. I have 4 days left. How many days do y'all have left? Because it is, quite frankly, a countdown to the end at this point.